Hi, I'm Leslie, and welcome to another episode of The Commentators with Ricardo Chambers and Donald Oliver.
Here, right in there as well. What a terrific race this is.
Huntington with the miss. Looking for goal!
This is their house. This is their stage. It's the stage they have dominated in recent years.
It was Britain in the stars!
The 17th edition of the IAAF World Championships is now history, and it was historic. The championship was highlighted by a slew of remarkable performances. The English-speaking Caribbean ended with 15 medals, 5 gold, 6 silver and 4 bronze. Jamaica was again the top Caribbean team, securing 12 of those medals, consisting of 3 gold, 5 silver and 4 bronze. Let's now join our commentators, Donald and Ricardo, for all the analysis.
Thanks, Liz. Wow, these championships, they've come and gone, these world championships. And I tell you what, I am glad that I was proven wrong, because I thought that the excitement would have been missing. But, you know, even though it didn't really have a superstar, mega superstar, whatever you want to call it, athlete in the post-Usain Bolt era, there were a few stars that were made, and the times were phenomenal, and the competition was just absolutely amazing, I thought.
Do you remember before the World Championships, I said to you that I was looking forward to this more than any World Championship in a long, long time?
Yeah, vaguely, but yes, I do remember.
You're a liar. I'm sure it's more than a vague recollection. But part of why I was looking forward to these World Championships was because of the unpredictability factor.
Oh, yeah.
The unpredictability factor from a Caribbean perspective, but also from a global perspective. Because in my mind, there were so many events that it was so difficult to predict a winner.
Right.
And even if you predicted a winner, it would be difficult to predict a second place or a third place, or you just felt that the performances might really be good, and they were extraordinary. I mean, I don't know what it was. Was it the heat in Doha? Was it the fact that the track was new? But the performances were scintillating. I mean, oh my God.
Speaking of scintillating performances, and I remember when we were going through the predictions, and I think both of us had Elaine Thompson to win the 100 meters, and I think the 200 meters, we had her winning the sprint double, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason why I didn't choose Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce was because, okay, we know of her sojourn into motherhood, and you know, it would, I reckon that would have asked so much of her.
You should speak for yourself.
Okay, fine, I'm speaking for myself. I reckon that I would have asked so much of her to say, okay, you're going to come back and then you're going to become world champion again. Because the last world championships that she would have missed would have been because she was giving birth to Zion, right?
Yes.
So having gone against all that which was supposed to have been against her. I mean, we saw her running into form. We saw her doing marvelously well at the local national championships, and you know, a lot of us were saying, okay, well, fine, definitely she's there or thereabouts. But in the overall scheme of things, we look at what she has gone through to come back to reach this level, and then I felt, okay, for her to be at the pinnacle, to be at the very top of the world again, that's going to take a lot. The fact that she was able to do it, though,
was absolutely amazing. Part of why I didn't pick Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce to win the 100 meters at the World Championships, I felt Elaine was also in great form. I knew Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce was in magnificent form. I expected Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce to come to the World Championships and run low 10.7s, if not high 10.6.
But you thought that was silver?
I thought that was silver. I thought Elaine Thompson was in even better shape. Let's just get the Elaine discussion out of the way, because it's going to come up, isn't it? What happened to Elaine Thompson? We're still not sure what happened in 2017 when she finished fifth. We've heard stories that she was vomiting in the warm-up area.
But she denied them. She has been on the record saying that she was fine.
I don't know that that she denied them.
Okay, she went on record and said she was okay.
Yeah, but she didn't exactly own the fact that it happened and that was the reason for her failure. This time around, again, we know of the Achilles issue that she's had, but she didn't exactly say this was the reason. She said that she spoke about the fact that her legs just didn't get going. She spoke about the long season, having to be training from
What does that mean?
September last year.
But you would have factored that in your preparation, would you not? I mean, you're in the same camp as the winner, as the ultimate winner, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Of course, different programs you would think.
Maybe.
But I don't understand it. The reason, again, I'm trying to put two and two together. But anyway.
Yeah, let me say this. I am sure there were some physical issues associated with why Elaine didn't do as well as we thought she would have or could have.
Right.
To me, there is no doubt that there must have been some physical issue.
So there's nothing mental you
or
feel?
issues. I am not saying that. I'm getting to that point. My understanding is that she did start feeling sore or some issues popped up days ahead of the championship. I don't know how true all of that is. I still think, though, that there is a mental aspect to it. And I can't help but wonder if Elaine put so much pressure on herself, so much leading to too much pressure, that she could not perform even better than she did in that 100 meters. Maybe I'm wrong. And I hope I'm wrong and the issues were only physical, and so once she's able to correct those physical issues, in 10 months' time, come the Olympic Games, she will be able to deliver some magnificent performances. But I will also say, and only Elaine and the people closest to her will know this, if there are some psychological issues, don't bury them. Elaine, deep inside, will know if there are psychological issues. And my advice is, if there are, Elaine, deal with them. Find the best way to deal with them. Do not bury those issues and cast them aside as nothing, because if they are there, they will continue to resurface, and they will resurface in the biggest moments. And Elaine doesn't want that, and Jamaica doesn't want that again.
You know, as you listed out the hypotheses and what could have happened, I think it also brings into focus how great an athlete Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is, because of what she has been through, because of the fact that she's now a mother, because she had doubts whether she would have been on top of the world. I am saying...
I'm not sure she had doubts. When she came back...
No, I think she actually said that she was uncertain of her future.
Well, she was at one stage.
Right.
But when she came back, one of the first interviews she gave, an interview with Hubert Lawrence, well-respected track and field analyst in Jamaica and across the Caribbean, she told him the comeback would be great. She told him we were going to see one of the greatest comebacks. And that is exactly what she delivered. Now, the question now becomes, Donald, is Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce the greatest female athlete we've seen, track and field athlete we've seen?
Yeah, definitely in Jamaica.
Well, clearly.
Obviously, easily in Jamaica. So I mean, it's probably not debatable, obviously.
Okay. So let's start with Jamaica. She is the greatest female athlete we have seen in Jamaica.
Who would have rivaled her? Who would she have surpassed? Probably a Veronica Campbell-Brown.
Merlene Ottey, Veronica Campbell-Brown.
Oh, I'm not sure if Merlene Ottey would have been a part of it, because I think a lot of persons would have frowned Veronica Campbell-Brown as
ahead of Merlene.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. Based on the amount of gold medals that she would have won throughout her track and field career. So the standard bearer before Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce now would have been Veronica Campbell-Brown, and I believe that she has now surpassed her. Okay,
so we've gone past Jamaica as the greatest female athlete. How about the greatest female sprinter? We have gone beyond the shores of Jamaica now.
The only person that, and this name kept on popping up in my mind when I thought about who could she be compared with. And the only person's name I came up with is actually someone who was banned.
Oh?
Yes, in terms of her dominance at that level, Marion Jones. I can't remember another female athlete who dominated the sport at that level when the big meets came on, as Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has been doing.
Yeah. And clearly the names that would come to mind in terms of sprinting, Florence Griffith-Joyner, who is the world record holder at both 100 and 200
probably
meters.
Will remain the world record holder for some time.
Gail Devers, who won 2 Olympic 100 titles in 92 and 96, coming back from Graves' disease as well.
Oh, yeah.
Tremendous achievement on the part of Gail Devers. So those two come to mind. Alison Felix, because of her quality at 100, 200 and 400.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have won anything at the 100 meter.
No, she would not.
Right.
And she has an Olympic 200 title, 3 world 200 titles, a world 400 titles. But
not to mention the number of relay gold medals she would have.
I'm not going to the relay medals because when I'm discussing the greatness of an athlete, and I'm going to show you in a little while why I am not going to the relays, because I think right now the athlete that can challenge Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce as the greatest female athlete of all time does not or did not have the opportunity to run relays. Can you guess who that might be?
I'm assuming Yelena Isinbayeva.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I know. That's not who you're
That's
thinking?
a very good one, but that's actually not the one I was going to.
Who?
Mind you, Isinbayeva is at a disadvantage because she is a pole vaulter,
Right.
and she would only have one event at these major events to contest.
Right.
Someone like a Shelly, who is a sprinter, has the opportunity to run both 100 and 200 meters. The athlete who I'm talking
which she hasn't really taken up, but fine, go ahead.
on many occasions, on most occasions.
Probably because of her coach, but that's another matter altogether.
Yeah, that's another matter altogether. Stephen knows best.
Yes, of course. Wink, wink.
The athlete I'm going to is Tirunesh Dibaba out of Ethiopia. Now, I want to quickly look at a comparison between Dibaba and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce just to see how these two great athletes stack up.
Right.
So Tirunesh Dibaba has won 3 Olympic gold medals. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has won 2.
And if it wasn't for a toe injury, I'm sure it would have been a
Well,
third.
I'm sure Tirunesh Dibaba could come up with reasons why she
wouldn't have
didn't
won
win
more.
others
All right,
as
fine,
well.
fine.
So Tirunesh Dibaba has 3 Olympic bronze medals. Now, for those who don't know Tirunesh Dibaba, she's a 5,000, 10,000 specialist. Absolutely magnificent athlete. 3 Olympic bronze medals. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has 1 silver, 1 bronze. So 4 Olympic medals for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. And for Tirunesh Dibaba, 6 Olympic medals. At the World Championships, individually now, that's what we're talking about. They both have 5 world titles. 5 world titles, with Dibaba having a silver medal. Now, how do you separate them? Because their statistics in terms of their medal-winning prowess is so similar. What I looked at, though, was their win percentage. So at the World Championships, Dibaba has won, at the Olympics, she's won 3 out of the 6 times she's gone to the line in a final.
Right.
Shelly has won 2
Out of 3.
out of the 3 times. 4 out of 4 times she's gone to the line in a final. They're both at 50% at the Olympic Games.
Obviously, you're talking 100 and 200.
Yes.
Right.
And for Dibaba, it would be 5,000 and 10,000.
Of course.
At the World Championships, they both have a 83.33% win percentage. Overall, Dibaba has a 66% win percentage, 66, and Shelly 70. But how do you get that 66 and 70? Dibaba has actually gone to the line 12 times in a final, whereas Shelly has gone to the line 10 times in a final. Now, the mathematicians will tell you that because Dibaba has gone a greater number of times, then that's how you get her percentage dropping
I mean, we could get a lot more scientific in terms of the times that should have clocked during those races and what Shelly did in both the 100 and the couple times that should have run the 200.
I think what Shelly hasn't done, and this is probably what will count against her, that someone like a Dibaba did repeatedly, was break world records and championship records. Shelly has not done that. And Dibaba did that and did that consistently.
Is there a little bit of a strike against her because of the fact that she also didn't run the 200 as much as we expect
it might be
100-meter winners to do?
It might be a strike against her if she's going up against Dibaba or athletes in other disciplines. At this stage, I don't think it is a strike against her if you're comparing her against other sprinters. What Shelly has achieved is phenomenal. The other thing that stands out about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce as well is how good she has been in these finals, with the exception of 2009 against Karen Stewart in that 100 meters. The finals she has won have not been close. She has blown the field away almost every single time. She, with the exception of 2011 when she had the appendix issues and ran 10.99 in the World Championship final, and 2016 when she had the toe issue and finished third in the 100 final.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, still third, which to me, that 2016 race, the fact that she medaled...
That was a monumental feat. It really was.
And it is testament to her greatness rather than a takeaway from her greatness. Absolutely magnificent. Please, give us your feedback. Who is the greatest female track and field athlete of all time? We've put 3 forward: Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Turenesh Dibaba, and there is Yelena Isinbayeva.
Yeah.
Are there any others that you can think about? If you can, then of course it's at official Ricardo Chambers. That's on Instagram.
Yeah, and of course the Donald Oliver on Instagram as well. You can just respond and cuss us out if you like. If you agree or disagree, we'd love to hear your thoughts. But so many things happened at the World Championships. We did, and by we I mean the Caribbean, because there was another gold on the final day as well, after Tajay Gale had won gold in the long jump. But on the final day, javelin, gold for Grenada.
Yeah, absolutely magnificent. 8 years after Kirana James won Grenada's first gold medal at the World Championships, Anderson Peters, 21-year-old, steps up and wins the javelin. Now, magnificent feat. Let's talk a little bit about Anderson Peters.
Yeah.
This is a young man who took up the javelin for the first time at 10 years old. Oh, by the way, he wanted to become
What?
a sprinter. Come on, Donald. He wanted to become a sprinter.
Hold on. After he took out the javelin?
Maybe before.
Oh, okay.
And even after.
I was wondering the story was going because I'm like, if you took up a javelin, but fine.
He took up a javelin at 10.
And wanted to become a sprinter.
Usain Bolt was still around, and he wanted to be like Usain Bolt. And then Keshawn Walcott wins the Olympic title in 2012. He starts idolizing Keshawn Walcott. Incidentally, Anderson Peters ran the 4x100 relay for Grenada at Carifta. That's how much he wanted to be a sprinter.
It was pretty close.
He was pretty close. And then, of course, he started taking throwing more seriously. Now, I'm going to talk about the Jamaican scenario, but I have to big up Paul Phillip in Grenada.
Right.
Started off with Anderson Peters. He also coached Kurt Felix.
Right.
And Lyndon Victor, 2 fine decathletes for Grenada. By the way, Victor had a chance at a medal at the World Championships and messed it up in the discus. That was unfortunate. But he's done a fantastic job in Grenada and he must be applauded. But from World Junior bronze medalist in 2016, Commonwealth bronze in 2018, Pan American goals this year where he threw a national record to beating the world 86-69. Congratulations to Anderson Peters.
And Tajay Gale and what he did in the long jump. I mean, quite a few pundits had him to medal, but I'm not sure if a lot of people had him to win the gold.
You know, I had 11 medals for Jamaica at the World Championships. And
about half of it never come true, but you got some
that's
others
not
elsewhere.
True. That's not true. But Tajay Gale was on the list of fringe medalists, possible medalists that
Outside
were not in that 11 that
11,
I had.
okay.
Yes.
So you were really surprised?
I wasn't surprised. Well, yes, I was really surprised that he jumped 8:69, broke James Beckford's 22-year-old national record, won the gold medal, and blew the field away. It was not close. It was not close, Donald. I mean, longest jump at the World Championship in 24 years, longest jump in the world for the last 10 years. It was just magnificent.
Even Stephen Francis was blown away by the fact that he did so well.
Well, I don't know, because his high school coach, Shanique Osborne, in relating a story on the Sportsmax Zone, you can catch that on Sportsmax weekdays, 4:30, 5:30 Eastern Caribbean time. And in relating a story, she said that he went to the national championships in 2016 and he fouled out. He didn't do well. And Stephen Francis said to Tajay Gale, when Tajay Gale went to Stephen said, it's okay, you're going to be world champion next year.
Right.
And that was 2017.
Right.
It didn't happen in 2017, but it has happened in 2019. And can we talk about the fact that Stephen Francis has said this kid is going to be sprinting next year?
That's a little frightening.
When you say frightening...
No, because... It's as to be honest, when I see a Stephen Francis coaching a Tajay Gale, and then after a few years, because this guy finished 26th, was it at Champs?
His best in the long jump. His best finish at Champs was 7th in the decathlon.
Right.
He actually scored points for his high school Papine in the decathlon, and then he went to UTEC, jumped 7:54. Moving from, I think, 6:54 the first year he was at UTEC, then got to 8 meters, then got to 8:1, and...
The point I'm making, he was not a star.
He wasn't.
He wasn't on anybody's radar when, he first came into the force, so to speak, especially when you're representing Papine High. I mean, you're probably basically just written off at Champs. Having said that, for Stephen Francis to take him from where he came from and then produce a world champion, I look at that. I mean, I don't know a lot about track and field, but you just step back and you're like, wow, that's magic. Yeah. Of course, you can explain it.
It's
you
magic.
You can see the trajectory and you're like, oh yeah, I probably expect that. But from the layman looking back, you're like saying, oh my God, that's magic. And then when Stephen Francis says afterwards, you know what, it's not a problem. Him going to sprint next year. You have to wonder what exactly is going on in terms of what he sees in a Tajay Gale to say, you know what, he can do this, but he can also sprint.
Yeah, I become a little bit fearful when my long jumpers start flirting too much with the sprints. But I will also say that...
What about the other way around? What about your sprinters flirting with the long jump? Because we've seen...
Well, that's a different thing.
It's different.
I'm not even getting to that. I'm speaking specifically about this now. But I'll also say that once Tajay Gale continues to say, yes, sir, no, sir, how high, sir, how far, long, sir, he'll continue to do well under Stephen Francis.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah, I'll leave that at that. There are so many other things that happened at the World Championship. So congratulations to the Caribbean in the field. 2 gold medals, 3 silver medals. It's also the first time in the history of a global championship that Jamaica, who got 4 of those field event medals, have won more than 1 field medal at a global event. So absolutely magnificent.
Let's go back to the track. We got to speak about Shaunae Miller Weebo and the fact that she finished second in a phenomenal 400-meter race.
Yeah.
Couldn't recognize the winner.
Yeah.
But
you're hilarious.
I'm sorry, she has changed over the years, hasn't she?
She has.
Yes. She's gotten faster.
One thing that hasn't changed is that she is a winner.
Okay.
She's been winning from youth. I was actually in Colombia 2015 when she won that World Youth title, junior title. Surprised a lot of people 2 years ago in London when she took the silver medal, and surprised people again beating Shaunae Miller. Now, the big discussion on social media, did Shaunae Miller Weebo get her strategy, her tactics wrong? I say no. I say she was blown away by a phenomenal performance. 3rd fastest in history, 48.14. Shaunae Miller ran a fabulous race, national record, 6th fastest, did great.
Okay, I'm not going to be critical because, again, I'm just a layman looking on the race. So I'm no analyst here, right? But based on the discussion that I've seen on social media, I can understand the point of view of certain individuals when they said that Shaunae Miller could have done better. Quite a few of us looking at the race were saying that, okay, she probably took a little bit too easily on that third 100 stretch just before we come into the straight, that she held back just a little bit. Obviously, it will be a part of her race strategy, right? But I also believe that, yeah, you can have your own race strategy, but you have to respond to the elements around you. And by elements on this occasion, I mean your fellow competitors. You have to respond. I don't know if she would have seen the Bahrainian athlete on the inside and decided whether she would have made that move or whether she should have followed Nasa into the home straight. I'm not sure you should have seen her, or if she did see her, it was a bit too late, because based on her race strategy, she probably figured that she would have been in the lead because she was on a personal record pace.
What I will say, a lot of people look and they say that Shaunae Miller did not respond. I think it is more that she could not respond. And you may say, what do you mean by she could not respond? Salwa Nasser ran an amazing middle 200 meters of that race. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people look at Shaunae and they think, oh, she was looking easy. That's because of her running style. She looks easy. It looks to you that she is not going, but she is going. Nasser was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
A couple quick things for us to get out of the way, because so much happened at the World Championships.
We literally have a couple of minutes though.
Yeah, we literally do. So let's really race through these. Danielle Williams, after the controversy at the Jamaican Championships, being included in, she was the best placed Jamaican. So a lot of people will now say, see, she went there and she didn't win and whatever.
You can say that she went there and she won the bronze. So,
yes,
you know.
She was the best placed Jamaican. Yeah. Let's leave that at that. Mm-hmm. Yes, let's leave that at that. The other big thing that came out of the World Championships, men's sprinting in Jamaica. How big is this problem? Because I think we have to admit there is a problem. We had one in the 100 final. That was Johan Blake. Taekwondo Tracy barely missed it. And we didn't get to the 4x100 meters final. Let me raise a defense of that 4x100 meters relay team. If you said to me that team would run 38.15 at the World Championships, I would have taken that and say we will surely be in the final.
Okay.
We were not in the final because we saw history in Doha. Canada ran 37.91 and didn't make the final. Italy 38.10. Those are the fastest times in the history of the World Championships to not make the 4x100 final. So the standards have now gone up in terms of the depth. Yeah?
Yeah.
But I am still encouraged. I still think we have a group of men, when everyone is fit, if everyone is fit next year, to be, if not challenged for individual 100 and 200 medals on the men's side immediately, but to be in the sprint relay final
I think we need to be honest.
The Olympics.
I think we need to be honest with ourselves, Ricardo, because Usain Bolt was an anomaly, yes, right? If you look at what Jamaica was able to mine during the Usain Bolt era, outside of his own medals.
You mean what the men were able to get?
Yes, what the men were able to get.
Wasn't a lot.
Exactly.
So you had Johan Blake, you had Warren Weir,
that one
Nesta
time.
Carter did, well, twice, but Nesta Carter did get a world championship medal.
Right.
But you are right. You could see from even the back end of Usain leaving that the men's sprints would be in trouble. What has happened as well, though, Donald, is that while we don't have the quality in the men's 100 and 200 meters, what we did in that Usain Bolt era was to expand and improve on our hurdling. So our sprint hurdlers are a lot better. Mm-hmm. Our field event athletes are a lot better. We are better in the throws. We are better in the jumps. And so I think we're at a stage where we should celebrate celebrate that.
Exactly.
While we try to get the sprinters back up to
we
a
have
level.
12 medals, right?
Yes.
And Elaine didn't win 2 of the medals that we predicted.
Omar
and Omar
McCall,
didn't win a medal.
Yes.
The 4x1 men's team didn't win a medal.
We should be celebrating. For the first time at a global event, I felt that Jamaica was a track and field country and not a sprinting country. By the way, let me point this out. We got as many individual, and when I say we, I mean Jamaica. Jamaica got as many individual field event medals as we did individual track medals. Let me also say, Trinidad and Tobago, what's happening? You did not medal in Doha. Atta Bolden, what's happening in Trinidad? Administration, what's happening in Trinidad?
Not a lot. Apparently.
Not a lot. Congrats to the Bahamas and Stephen Gardner, who got gold in the 400 meters. Told you he was ready to win, Donald.
You did tell me. But I don't want to say anything too negative about Trinidad because I'm going over there. So,
yes, you are.
Yeah, and I'm going to be having a little bit of fun. The CPL final, hopefully, I'm going to be doing a couple of SSFL games, and you're going to be taking over for me here in Jamaica as far as schoolboy football is concerned.
Schoolboy football. I am so excited. How am I going to replace the mercurial Donald Oliver?
I don't know. Anyway, so Les, it's over to you.
Thanks, gentlemen. The Caribbean really showing their prowess at this World Championships. Certainly kudos to the Bahamas and Grenada for those surprising gold medals. Jamaica ending the championships third on the medal table, also exemplary. Be sure to tune into our next episode, which I'm sure will be quite interesting. I'm Leslie. Thanks so much for joining us on The Commentators.
Right in there as well. What a terrific race this is.
Huntington with the miss. Proceeds for a goal!
This is their house. This is their stage. It's the stage they have dominated in recent years.